This question is from GATE 2017, Mechanical Engineering paper, set 1, question number 41. Two discs A and B with identical mass m, radius r, are initially at rest. They roll down from the top of the identical inclined planes without slipping. Disc A has all of its mass concentrated at the rim, while disc B has its mass uniformly distributed. At the bottom of the plane, the ratio of velocity of center of disc A to the velocity of center of disc B is. In the given situation, we have two cases. In first case, we have a disc A rolling down a plane OX from the height h, and in the second case, we have another disc B rolling down from the same plane with the same height. It is also given mass of A is equal to mass of B. We can write it equal to m, and radius of disc A is equal to radius of disc B. We can write it equal to r. First thing we know is potential energy of A at height h is equal to potential energy of B at height h, because both are situated at height h before they roll down. Now this potential energy will be converted to kinetic energy when it is just about to reach point O. Hence we can equate it to kinetic energy of disc A is equal to kinetic energy of disc B. Further, let's use this part to solve the question. We know that the motion is consisting of both rolling as well as the linear motion of the disc. Only focusing on the linear motion of the center, when the center reaches point O, the disc will have rotational kinetic energy as well as linear kinetic energy. Hence, if we write this as VA and this as omega A, similarly, angular velocity of disc B be omega B and linear velocity of the center of the disc be VB. We can write the kinetic energies as half mass of A into velocity of center of A square plus half of moment of inertia of disc A into angular velocity of disc A whole square. This gives us the rotational kinetic energy. This gives us the linear kinetic energy. Will be equal to rotational kinetic energy of B plus linear kinetic energy of B. Hence we can write this as the right hand side. Now looking at the given data, first thing we can substitute omega as tangential velocity v by r, radius of the disc r. Also we have ma equal to mb equal to m, and mass moment of inertia of disc A will be given by mass of disc into radius square. Because it's a circular geometry, we have the radius of gyration to be r itself, mass moment of inertia for rim geometry. About the disc geometry, we have mass moment of inertia to be mass into r square divided by 2. Since mass and r are same in both cases, we have Ia to be mr square, whereas Ib to be mr square by 2. Putting all these values in this equation, we get half Va square plus half into r square Va square by r square is equal to half Vb square plus half r square by 2 into Vb square by r square. I have taken m common from both the terms on left hand side as well as right hand side and cancelled it. Let's also cancel half from all the terms. We also have r square by r square as 1, r square by r square as 1. Finally, we are left with 2Va square is equal to Vb square plus half Vb square gives us 3 by 2 Vb square. Hence, we can write the relation as Va by Vb whole square is equal to 3 by 4. Hence, Va by Vb, that is velocity of center of disc A by velocity of center of disc B is equal to root over 3 by 4. And this is our answer. At the bottom of the plane, the ratio of velocity of center of disc A to the velocity of center of disc B is option A, under root 3 by 4. To learn about rigid body motion, kinetic energy and mass moment of inertia of objects, you can refer to the NPTEL video. Rigid body motion 7, fixed axis rotation, kinetic energy and moment of inertia for fixed axis of rotation. It is from the course Engineering Mechanics by Professor Manoj Harbola. He is from Department of Physics, IIT Kanpur. I hope this solution will help you clear your doubt. Thank you.